I never planned to kiss a mafia boss, but when my violent ex cornered me outside that crowded restaurant, I had only one chance to survive. So I ran to the nearest stranger, pressed my trembling lips against his, and whispered, "Please, just play along." He didn't hesitate. He wrapped an arm around my waist, pulled me behind him, faced my ex and said, "Walk away. She's mine now, and I don't let anyone hurt what's mine." But what I didn't know was that I hadn't kissed just any stranger. I had kissed the most feared men in the city, and that one kiss changed my life forever. The night smelled like rain and city smoke, the kind that settles on your skin and refuses to let go. I had just finished my shift at the small Italian restaurant on 7th Avenue, exhausted, ready to walk home and collapse onto my apartment bed. But exhaustion was easier to handle than fear, and fear hit me the moment I saw him. My ex Daniel. Standing beside my car, leaning against it like he'd been waiting for hours. His smile, the one that used to feel warm, now felt like a blade pressed against my neck. I froze. My heart pounded so loudly I could hear blood rushing inside my ears. I had blocked him, moved apartments, changed shifts, changed routes, and yet there he was, like a shadow determined to catch me. "We need to talk," he said softly, dangerously softly, the way he always spoke before things turned violent. As he stepped toward me, I saw it, the anger simmering under his fake calm. The sidewalk was crowded, but people walked past like we were invisible. I felt trapped. Again, then something inside me snapped, not fear, not anger, but survival. I turned and ran. Daniel cursed and followed, pushing through people. I sprinted blindly into the nearest restaurant with lights still on. My chest burned, vision blurry with panic. I scanned the room, and my eyes locked onto a man sitting alone at a corner table. Tall. Dark suit. Sharp eyes that looked like they belonged to someone who had seen too much and never flinched. He had an aura that made people step aside without knowing why, and I didn't think. I just acted. I rushed to him, leaned down, grabbed his face, and kissed him. His lips were warm, still, surprised for only 1 second. Then a slow, controlled breath left his chest, and he kissed me back, not gently, not harshly, but with a kind of solid certainty, like he had decided something in that moment. I pulled away quickly, whispering, trembling, "Please. My ex. He's here." I didn't know what else to do. The man didn't look shocked. He didn't even look confused. He stood up with a calmness that made my skin shiver and positioned himself between me and the door just as Daniel stormed in. His voice was deep, quiet, and final. "She's with me." Daniel blinked, thrown off. "With you? Who the hell are?" The men stepped closer, and Daniel immediately stepped back. The restaurant air seemed to freeze around them. The stranger didn't raise his voice. "He didn't need to. Walk away," he said. "Right now." Daniel opened his mouth, then closed it. Something in the stranger's stare told him exactly what would happen if he didn't listen. For the first time ever, I saw my ex afraid. He left without another word. The stranger turned to me. His eyes were dark, unreadable, but somehow protective. "You're shaking," he said softly. "Let's sit." We sat. My whole body trembled, embarrassment mixing with adrenaline. "I'm sorry," I whispered. "I didn't know what else to do." "You did the right thing." His gaze didn't leave mine. "I'm Luca." The name hit me. Luca Marino. A name whispered with fear and respect in half the city, the mafia boss who never smiled, the man nobody crossed, and I had just kissed him. He noticed the recognition on my face. "Does that scare you?" I swallowed. "No. Not right now." He leaned slightly forward. "Good. Because from this moment, you're safe. I won't let him near you again." His words were a promise, steady, dangerous, and strangely comforting. What I didn't know was that the kiss I gave for survival had just started a war neither of us saw coming. For 3 days after the restaurant incident, I tried to pretend my life was normal. I went to work. I cooked cheap pasta for dinner. I double-checked the locks on my doors. But every night, without fail, my mind replayed the moment Luca looked at my trembling hands and said, "You're safe now." That tone, steady like steel, lingered in my ears, and then the messages started again, blocked numbers. One-word threats, pictures of my apartment door at night, until one evening, after my shift, I found a note under my windshield. "You think you can hide behind some thug, you're mine." My vision blurred. My knees buckled. I grabbed the car door to stay upright. I knew what Daniel was capable of. And I knew I couldn't handle this alone anymore. I dialed the number Luca had written on a napkin before I had left the restaurant. "Call if he shows up again," he had said. "Don't wait." He answered on the first ring, his voice low. "Where are you?" My breath shook. "My car." He found me again. "Stay where you are." "I'm coming." He arrived in 7 minutes. Not 8. Not 10. 7. Black car. Tinted windows. He stepped out like he owned the street, calm, lethal, focused. "Show me," he said. I handed him the note with trembling fingers. His jaw tightened, but his voice stayed controlled. "Get in the car." I hesitated. "Luca. I don't want to drag you into," he turned to me fully, eyes sharp enough to cut. "You already are in it," he said. "You kissed me. And I'm not the kind of man who lets someone touch a woman he considers under his protection." Then his voice dropped lower. "You're mine now, and he's not going to hurt you." My breath caught. Not from fear. From the strange warmth spreading in my chest. Protection didn't feel like control, not from Luca. It felt like safety, something I hadn't felt in years. He opened the car door for me, and I got in. The smell of leather and subtle cologne wrapped around me. He slid into the driver's seat, pulled out his phone, and spoke to someone with an authority that sent a tremor through me. "I want eyes on Daniel Carter. Every step. Every movement. He goes near her, he's done." When he hung up, the air in the car went still. "Luca, you don't have to do all this." He stared at the road ahead. "I know." He looked at me then, softer than I had expected. "But I want to." Silence fell between us, but it wasn't awkward. It was charged. Heavy. Safe. He drove me home, walked me to my door, checked every corner like he was protecting something priceless. "He won't touch you again," he said. "Not as long as I'm breathing." For the first time in months, I slept without fear. But the next morning, everything changed. A loud knock rattled my door. I opened it carefully and nearly froze. Luca stood there, black jacket, hard expression. "He made his move," he said. "He went to my territory looking for you." Then he stepped inside, closing the door behind him. "This ends now. No more running. No more hiding. You stay with me." My heart thudded. "With you." "At your place." "At my side," he corrected. "Where he can't touch you. Where no one can." And then, for the first time, his fingers brushed mine gently. Slowly. I didn't say it that night, but I meant it. His voice was soft, almost fragile. "You're mine, because I want you to be. Not because of the kiss. Not because of him." His thumb grazed my hand, "Because you looked at me like I wasn't a monster." Emotion hit me like a wave, deep, warm, overwhelming. The ex I ran from had taught me fear, but the man I accidentally kissed was teaching me what it felt like to be protected, what it felt like to matter. And as Luca led me out of the apartment, staying close, scanning every shadow, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long, long time: hope.